TIFU by not realizing I didn't have a master's degree, by user address Cha234. I'm on mobile, so sorry for the formatting. Dr at the bottom. This happened yesterday, but I guess the FU technically spans approximately 5 years. I finished my master's degree in late 2019, or at least I thought I did. After a grueling year of working part-time and writing my dissertation, at long last I got it finished, presented it in November, got my grade immediately after. My dad was even there to watch the presentation. Good times. Because the holidays were right around the corner, I didn't have my diploma until February 2020 and, well, I think we all know what happened to the world right after. When I got home after getting the diploma, I scanned it so I would have a digital copy to send to employers and stuff, put the physical version safely away, and proceeded to not really think about it anymore. That's where the FU began. To be honest, I didn't even really look at it super carefully. Writing my dissertation was so incredibly exhausting and draining that I was just glad it was over and wanted to focus on my work. Years went by. I got through the pandemic, my career as a freelancer started gaining momentum, I fell in love, even moved to a different country. Recently I changed my name and emailed my university to ask about getting new copies of my diplomas with the new name. Somewhere in one of the replies from the university they asked, "Are you perhaps referring to your specialization diploma? We have no record of you finishing a dissertation, only all the other classes in the master's degree." My heart dropped. I looked at the digital copy I've kept for years, even dug up the physical version just to be sure, and lo and behold. While the diploma does mention the master's degree by its name very early on the middle of the second page it does specify that it's a specialization. I have to admit I panicked. I scoured my old emails for something, anything, that could help me prove that I didn't imagine the whole thing, and wrote back explaining that I did finish my dissertation and asking what can be done to try to understand what actually happened here. They haven't replied yet, hopefully they will in the next few days. I know the professor who was my advisor can vouch for the fact that the presentation did indeed happen, but I'm terrified that, because it's been so long, nothing can really be done about it anymore. I guess time will tell. I honestly feel heartbroken. Thinking that all that hard work could go to waste makes me want to cry. More than anything, I'm furious at myself for not paying more attention and catching this sooner. I feel like such an idiot. Wish me luck figuring this out. Dr. I thought I finished my master's degree, but the university didn't actually have any record of me finishing my dissertation and only gave me a specialization diploma. I didn't notice for 5 years and have no idea if this can be fixed or if it's too late. Edit. You guys, I found my dissertation in the university's online repository, it was published after all. I'm emailing them again with this information, hopefully it will be enough proof that this is most likely an administrative error. Tomorrow is a holiday in my home country, so I'm not expecting to hear back from them until Monday, but I will make an update post as soon as I have more news. Also, I understand that in most English-speaking countries you write and defend a thesis for a master's degree, but I'm not from an English-speaking country. In my university they call it a dissertation. I'm sorry that caused some confusion. TIFU by telling my kids they had a crack in their butts, by user brought_war. So I forgot the age-old lesson, kids repeat everything you say. I, M28, have 3 kids, 7,4,2, while making dinner was just laughing and joking with them about anything that could pop up in my head. I decided to play the long con, stopped everything I was doing and looked at my 4-year-old and started to panic. I picked her up, looking at her up and down. Me, oh my god, it finally happened, how are we going to fix it? 4yo, what? What's going on, Dad? Me, you got a crack in your butt. 4yo, immediately breaks into tears. 7yo, really, straight face, everyone has one. I got her calmed down and had a good laugh about it, thinking that was the end of it, until this morning with a very angry call from her teacher. She proceeded to go to school and tell all of her friends about the cracks in their butts, creating a classroom of 34 YOS all in hysterical tears because their butts have cracks in them. Dr. Keep your cracks to yourself. TIFU by buying myself a fancy jacket and instantly starting a rumor at work, by user reporter no 5495. After a really rough few years financially, I finally caught a bit of a break from a $3,700 win on Rolling Riches sweepstakes casino. Not life-changing money, but enough to give me breathing room for the first time in forever. I cleared out some lingering credit card debt, replaced my dying phone, and let myself splurge just once. I bought a leather jacket I've wanted for years. Total impulse buy, but I figured, hey, I've been responsible, why not? I wore it to work the next day. Didn't say anything. Just walked in like normal, feeling a little better than usual. Big mistake. One of my co-workers goes, "Damn, new money," and everyone laughs, but I think nothing of it. Then another co-worker jokes about me striking it rich. Later that day, someone asks if I got a new side hustle or secret inheritance. It starts spreading jokingly at first that I must have come into some serious cash. By the end of the week, someone asked if I was doing crypto or if I sold a kidney. I tried to play it down and said, "Nah, just treated myself after getting ahead a little." But now I've got people whispering about promotions I didn't get, speculating that I must be making way more than them, or worse, hiding something shady. I even had a manager pull me aside and say I seem to be enjoying a lifestyle shift and that it's important to keep appearances consistent. I never thought one jacket would lead to this. TIFU by underestimating how people react when you stop looking broke at work. TLDR, I bought a nice jacket after finally getting ahead financially. Now my co-workers think I'm either rich, shady, or hiding a secret job. One outfit caused office-wide conspiracy theories. TIFU by accidentally becoming the villain in 40 Kids Morning, by user relevant golf 7886. I'm a school bus driver, and TIFU. This morning, everything felt smooth. I started my route on time, traffic was light, and every stop went off without a hitch. But barely any kids were getting on. It was strange enough that by stop 8, usually one of my busiest, I asked a few of the regulars who usually chat with me, "Where is everyone today?" In my mind, I tried to play it off. Maybe there's a field trip? Maybe school's doing something special today? I convinced myself it wasn't me. Then I got to stop 9, which is always my busiest, and saw kids running for dear life to catch my bus. That's when I finally glanced at my wristwatch. I was 3.5 minutes early. At that point it all hit me at once. I had been early to every stop. My bus clock was running fast, and I hadn't noticed because normally everything just lines up. So I sat there at stop 9 for 3.5 minutes, watching the aftermath of my mistake unfold in real time. After finishing the route and dropping off the kids, I was driving to take my daughter to her school. That's when I saw them. Kids I was supposed to pick up. My kids. Walking along the sidewalk of a major road. They looked up at the bus as we passed. The expressions weren't confused or angry. They were haunting. Like they'd been left behind and knew exactly who did it. And the worst part? So did I. TLDR, my bus clock was running fast, so I accidentally showed up 3.5 minutes early to all my stops. I thought everything was just weirdly quiet until I saw kids sprinting to catch the bus at stop 9. Later, I drove past the ones I missed walking to school and got haunting looks of betrayal. I was the villain in their morning. TIFU by eating mixed up Greek yogurt and ending up in the ER, by user specialist link 3972. I used to be deathly allergic to milk and milk products, cheese, cream, cookies, and the like. I decided that the dairy-free lifestyle was not for me, so I started DIYOIT, oral immunotherapy. Basically, I'd dose myself with small amounts of dairy and increase the dosage until I could eat dairy freely. I did it with Greek yogurt. I started off with 1/8 of a teaspoon of Greek yogurt, went up to 1 teaspoon in a couple of months, which translated to 1/3 of a tablespoon, and eventually started tolerating multiple tablespoons of Greek yogurt and being able to eat whatever in the span of 7 months. Greek yogurt separates into 2 parts, a solid curdy part and a liquid moat around the solid curdy part. The solid part is casein protein, and the liquid part is whey protein. I initially only dosed the solid part since it was easier to split up. Someone in my family mixed the yogurt when I was at 1/2 of a teaspoon and I consumed whey protein for the first time. Q being hospitalized. TLDR, tried fixing my dairy allergy by dosing up Greek yogurt, someone mixed it up giving me some whey protein for the first time, sending me to the ER.